Bro, are you in there eating?
What?
Are you eating? Bro, we gotta live, bro. What you doing? This man eating. Live stream started. Ugh. Felix talking about where the BMF recaps like we've ever reviewed BMF. Sir, we do power over here, bro. One season. Antoine Johnson talking about go blue. That's crazy, man. You didn't have to start off with go blue. We could have warmed up to that at the very least. Yeah, you definitely don't. Wait, you got some stuff for Dubs and L's for Michigan? Is it Mike Hart related?
Did I drive the night van when Urban Meyer was drove out in disgrace?
No, because you knew that Urban Meyer was a mercenary.
Did I drive the night van when Tressel was drove out in disgrace?
Not because we was too young.
Okay. Don't drive the night van about Mike Hart. Let's
He's still a Michigan man. He's still a Michigan man. He's just not coaching for y'all no more. I believe it. Not even gonna lie. For respect of the rivalry, yeah, it kind of hurt me a little bit too, but you gotta move on.
I don't know what he's doing.
Greener pastures.
I don't know if it's a family thing. Took a leave of absence. He didn't come to the parade.
Apparently, yeah, everybody wants to talk about the LSU game.
The women's game?
Yeah.
LSU Tennessee?
I think it was South Carolina.
South Carolina.
We should go after Tyrone Wheatley. He's coaching somewhere here in Michigan, I believe Wayne State.
I think they want DeMarco Murray.
DeMarco Murray? Isn't he still coaching for
This is Michigan.
Yeah, why would he want to coach for y'all?
As opposed to coaching in Oklahoma?
You know what?
Yeah,
only because Dylan Gabriel left.
Yeah, stop. No, not because Dylan Gabriel.
Because Dylan Gabriel. Back of the bus gang. Tony Robinson in here, probably looking to start some shit today. You know he's gonna say something crazy. That's what he do. That's what he gets into the chat. Why am I just sitting here watching you eat noodles?
You don't have to describe what's going on. Just entertain people for a second.
It's insane that I'm having to sit here and. All right. Anyway, the Ball family got Angel Reese and every college athlete the bag. I don't.
I mean, don't forget the Balls for sure.
That's an insane reply to that. Okay. Luckily, they can't hear you. I think.
You just hate for a living.
I don't think DeMarco Murray wants to deal with the NCAA and how they got coaches set up.
He's already coaching the NCAA.
That's what Antoine Johnson said. I'm just reading the chat, bro.
We'll respond from you.
Nah, bro. Go ahead and get DeMarco Murray.
I think that's who they want. But Tyrone Wheatley, Denard Robinson wouldn't be a bad pick. It's an in-house elevation.
Who was the running back at Oklahoma?
They had a talented freshman. I can't think of his name.
I'm trying to figure out if they're good.
Taylor Tatum went there.
Yeah, he did, but he hasn't played yet.
Yeah, they got a pretty good running back this cycle though too.
We'll see. No, I couldn't hear Marcus's weak ass reply. Chillmonger. What beverage does Marcus have with his noodles? You ain't got nothing. And eating it out of this big ass China bowl.
Yo, he fuck, bro.
Is that what it is? All I can see is noodles. All I can tell is top ramen.
No, definitely not top ramen.
Top ramen?
Definitely not top ramen.
You brought out the big bowl for top ramen? That's insane. Denard Robinson was not a real running back. I know he played one in the NFL, but that wasn't a real thing.
Hey, listen. I don't think.
Shout out Zing Beto.
College running back coaches that never played running back in college. Tony Alford.
You don't have the bowl of noodles in your hand anymore. You can.
Where Tony Alford play ball at?
Huh?
Where Tony Alford play ball at?
I have no idea. No clue. No clue. But NIL didn't exist until Big Baller Brand and skipping college to play pro leagues. Is it a fact?
I don't think
that's a fact.
Started NIL, but they kind of like as the door was creaking open, they kicked it.
Yeah, because they exploited a loophole and allowed bro to start a company that Lonzo was going to benefit from.
That was his company.
Yes.
Family company.
Right.
So like instead of pimping yourself out to all these brands and trying to jujitsu yourself into a deal that benefits you and your family, how about y'all just do it yourselves?
All right, come on, G-Rag. Get in here. Because I know you want to sing the song on the pod. Is that a part of your dubs and L's?
What's that?
Is that a part of your dubs and L's?
What's that?
G-Reg.
No, I can't play that.
But I thought did Wilbon just put that on his show?
That was an ESPN clip from back when it happened.
Oh, a long time ago. Okay. I heard running back was Steve Harvey's nickname before the wig. That's crazy. Already, Tony Robinson with the BS. Will Marcus sing the Dune chant? You singing the Dune chant?
Say what?
You singing the Dune chant? Whatever the Dune chant is? That's an insane way to make an entrance.
Yeah, right over your head.
I don't know what y'all talking about. Who's out again?
Oh shit!
Look at
Spit my drink.
Look at you.
May they sword chip and shatter. Yeah. What up, y'all?
I don't know what any of that means. Sung like a champ. Okay. We'll go with that. Y'all. Anyway, let's start this behind the cape that we gotta talk about a million things for.
Do have a long list of behind the cape content this week for sure. Oof. It was a big week for the entertainment news. A lot of shit was going on. Bob Iger out here slicing projects. Oh, there is one more thing we have to add to that list. Some Mando news. Some unfortunate Mando news. Bullshit. Kathleen Kennedy still fucking shit up, boy. I don't know why. Why?
Homegirl coming back?
No, well, it's also intertwined into that Angela Bassett news that I was talking to you about. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that.
You want to start with that or what?
I mean, with Star Wars stuff?
Yeah.
What was the first story that we have for Star Wars?
For Star Wars?
It was something Star Wars related, I thought.
It was Dune related.
Just go in order. You get the list.
Yikes. Behind the cape. Wait, damn it. Did I hit the record button?
I don't know.
I did. Didn't even need to do all that.
Trust yourself, dog.
Behind the cape. Let's start off with Dune 2. It is currently at $350 million after earning an additional $46 million in week 2, having only a slight 44% drop compared to some of these Marvel movies having like 76%
not bad, man.
drops.
It's not bad. I'll be interested to see if they extend the run, see if they put a couple extra weeks on it to try to Try to milk it for all it's worth.
I can see that.
Maybe a re-release on IMAX or something like that.
I can see that.
That would be dope.
Also, a trailer for Dune Awakening, the open world survival MMO game.
See, this is how you do it. This is how you hit, right? Already right in line with the product, with the main product line. Movie drops, trailer for the video game. Boom, boom.
Makes sense.
Not a fucking 2-year gap for when you're talking about anything else that is even remotely connected to this property again.
Yeah.
It's like other companies. I won't, this doesn't have to be a hate
gap
fest.
Between the No Way Home and the Spider-Man game, Spider-Man 2? 2-year gap?
That wasn't directly what I was going at. Maybe more so of the Marvels and WandaVision.
Okay.
Or Iman Vellani's comic book and this whole the changeover in the comic books to make her a mutant. That probably could have aligned with her show.
Yeah.
Like we probably shouldn't have been doing that months later after the show was already premiered. You know what I mean?
For sure.
But I mean, yeah, no, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. First of all, again, why are we not letting Legendary Studios handle all the DC projects? I don't know. Maybe once they'll get over this whole James Gunn phase that they got going on, maybe we can introduce that. But I man, Nolan and Legendary Studios should be handling DC. They have my vote of confidence. But
Agreed.
I'm perfectly happy with them focusing on Doom for right now because I love what's going on with Doom. I don't want them to mess that up at all.
Gotcha. Since you said DC, I'm going to go ahead and move into this story. The Superman movie is set to film in Ohio. Will hire more than 3,000 locals. However, it'll probably film in either Cleveland or Cincinnati, so there's no chance that you're going to see a Back of the Bus cameo.
Hey, yo, listen to me. Y'all, if you haven't been to Columbus, you don't know this, but just think about Metropolis in your head, right? Smallville and Metropolis, the little rural town outside of the city where Clark Kent and his family are actually from, and then the big city of Metropolis, right? There is no better representation of that in Ohio than Columbus.
I would agree.
Like a big ass metropolitan area. All of the corporate buildings for the state are here, surrounded by corn. North, south, east, west, just corn all around.
It's pretty accurate.
Around the capital. Now that don't sound like Metropolis to me. I don't know what it does. I don't know what it does. We might have to start a hashtag film Superman Legacy in Columbus. That's pretty long.
Bring Superman to Columbus.
That's pretty wordy too.
Hashtag Back of the Bus in Superman movie.
No.
Hashtag
Superman to the bus.
Oh, okay.
Hashtag Superman on the bus.
Sure.
I mean, that feels like it's a little bit more tailored to us than Columbus, but I'm with it.
And we get James Gunn on Back of the Bus?
Nah.
We interview him?
Well, maybe.
And then we also become
if he shoot the movie in Columbus.
We each get at least one line.
We need our manager to work out these terms.
I agree. I think we can make it happen.
Tony Robinson, get on it.
Yeah. All right. Animation on the new Super Mario Brothers movie will begin soon, planning to drop April 2026. So they're looking to make another $1 billion in 2026. So shout out to, what's the movie studio's name? I forgot. I literally just remembered it and I forgot.
Nintendo.
No, it's not Nintendo. It's
Illumination.
Jesus Christ. Shout out Illumination. Speaking of movies wanting to earn a B, the Michael Jackson biopic.
Yo. Sticking to that a bit.
Yes.
Because that's crazy.
So let's start off with the fact that the budget is reportedly $155 million for
big budget biopic. For a biopic. Yeah, it's nuts. I mean, there are some things to recreate here. We got to recreate the Thriller video. We got to recreate the trip down to Rio de Janeiro for the They Don't Care About Us video.
Remember the Time video?
Remember the Time. So like there are a lot of like sets, and I'm sure they're gonna have to pay a lot of, high profile actors to play the celebrities and stuff like that. That's probably playing into it. The tour atmospheres in some of these buildings. I'm sure that they'll go back to Madison Square Garden. I'm sure that they'll go to some of these stadiums that are still intact.
Yeah.
But still, even through that, 155 million seems a lot for a normal person who's not
Yes.
an ass kicker.
No
You know what I mean?
CGI.
No CGI, no special effects really, other than for the performances.
Most of the budget is in costume and
I wonder if
makeup.
this is in line with what an actual tour budget kind of looks like, because you would assume
see
that's where
that.
most of the budget is going.
At least a tour for like Beyonce or Taylor Swift. I can see
I'd
that.
imagine so.
I can definitely see that. The studio is obviously banking on it making near a B, which, I mean, if you're a Michael Jackson fan and they do it right,
Oh, it's gonna make a lot of money.
I
For
can
sure.
see it happening for
It's
sure.
a lot of money for sure.
And then the main point is that the biopic will aggressively paint him as innocent of the child abuse allegations,
As they should.
which is very interesting.
As they should.
Agreed.
I don't know too many black men that get investigated by the Federal Bureau of Investigation for sex crimes and come up with zero evidence. Zero.
That is fair.
They investigated this man for a decade. These are fully public court documents you can look up if you do so, please.
Yeah.
Investigated this man for 10 years, took all of the hard drives from every piece of electronic that he had in his house, every book, every videotape, every DVD, watched every single one of them. There are evidence papers that tell what is on them in relation to what they're looking for, and every single paper, nothing. Now, what we don't get into very deeply when we talk about Michael Jackson, and I hope they get into it in the biopic, is his whole fight with Sony that he had going on, right?
Yeah.
And how upon his death, days before or weeks before his death, his will had been changed.
Interesting.
That gave the Sony company back controlling interest in his shares that he owned in the Sony publishing company.
Mm-hmm.
So like, when you start talking about these people who own these record labels and their relationship with the media behind it, and the idea that gets pushed, you know, off the back of that relationship, as opposed to what is factual, what's actually there for you to go find if you want to go look for it yourself, as opposed to what people are going to tell you on the 6 o'clock news.
Yeah.
Because if you still listening to Oprah Winfrey, young Okra, then you would think, you know, as of last year, he was the scum of the earth.
Sure.
Let me go get this charger for the laptop before we be cutting out on y'all.
Right. What'll be interesting, though, is the fact that there were so many cash grabs listing him as guilty, and it turns out they're going to make probably a B on the fact that he is not guilty. So it'll be very interesting to kind of see the contrast between the two. Oprah and everything she had set up against Michael Jackson, and some of the other films that have come out that basically painted him as guilty. I find that very interesting for the most part.
If nothing else, for balance, I mean, there's already been a bunch of documentaries that paint him as a predator.
Facts. Do you have a spot on the thing for it? Yep. This man is going all the way around just to avoid being on camera.
Underneath the damn camera.
I don't know if there's a spot for it.
There's definitely a spot for it right here in front.
Wow. Oh, I'm tripping then. Anyway. All right. So, you might want to clear that. Oh, never mind. I got it. I was just saying it needed to clear the thing. All right. Anything else about Michael Jackson or the biopic?
Just that, like I said, for the sake of balance, we've already seen the documentaries of people who think that he's, you know, who he is. Fine. Cool. So now let's give the counterpoint. Let's give the additional information that doesn't get put out in these documentaries or from Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah, that was my point. Is that it's interesting that the counterpoint might be the one making a B. That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
All right. Coogler news.
Uh-oh.
Coogler says Wakanda Forever was originally going to focus on T'Challa struggling to resume life after the Thanos.
Hey guys, does this sound familiar to anybody? Because this is not news. Has anybody noticed that this year we've had more reprinted Disney or Marvel MCU news than ever?
Yes.
Disney was already considering moving away from Kang After Quantumania. Yeah, I remember that after Quantumania. Why are you reprinting the story?
Because at least in that case, Jonathan Majors was relevant. So let's bring
But
up
it's
that
the
news.
same story. It's not.
No, for sure.
You didn't tell me anything new. Same thing with it was cooler stuff. Like he been told us that it was supposed to be after the snap and readjusting the life and being a father. Like yeah, we got all of that mealy mouth shit back when Wakanda Forever was coming out.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you telling me? Or are you trying to like, hey, look over here while Nelson Peltz and the people who are still trying to take over my board are ripping me a new one over my financials and my slipping market share?
I have another theory. Google got rid of news and now it's just refreshing. Okay. June 7th, Bad Boys 4, according to Martin Lawrence's Twitter. They're back for another iteration.
Yes, I seen them recording, or I seen people recording them filming in downtown Miami, driving and stuff. That's dope, man. I'm excited because I felt like I didn't really expect Bad Boys 3 to be a step forward in any real way. Like I felt like I had already gotten what I needed out of the Bad Boys franchise. This was more of like or at least me walking into it, my expectations was more of a nostalgia fest.
Sure.
But like they actually gave us a good addition to the story and a pretty decent movie, pretty decent action movie. Like if you weren't expecting too much along the lines of like character development or overarching theme or anything like that, you just wanted a solid action movie, Bad Boys 3 delivered. So I'm excited for Bad Boys 4 to see if they can continue to take another step, climb again.
Bad Boys for Life is the obvious title.
Sorry,
Bad Boy. No, I'm saying that should be the title.
Oh, of the movie?
Bad Boys
sure.
For Life.
Yeah, I mean that would be pretty on the nose there.
I would think. But
maybe they don't own the domain. Maybe some domain snatcher fucking went and stole it before they had a chance to actually register the movie. Because they always, when they're putting production budgets and things together for movies, they never put it under the name of the movie that the production actually is. It's some secret code name.
Yeah.
So if somebody seen that and was like, "No, fuck you, I'm about to make $1 million. You're gonna pay me." Bad Boys for Life, LLC.
It's an ingenious idea for sure.
It's pretty lazy, but whatever.
I mean, it's definitely lazy, but you're gonna make money off of it.
No, for sure.
Sam Raimi Spider-Man 4.
I am very interested in this. I'm actually more interested in this than I am about the next Tom Holland Spider-Man because I feel like I'm going to see Tom Holland in the next couple of phases of the MCU.
Yeah,
but for the life of me, I do not understand. So you're meaning to tell me that Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and just about anybody who's ever been involved with these Spider-Man projects is totally and completely down to do them again. And you've seen how successful No Way Home was.
Mm-hmm.
And your first thought is, El Muerto. Andale, El Muerto. Andale, vamos.
Spider-Verse.
Vamos, El Muerto.
No, hell no. Madam Web.
That's what they think.
Madam Web.
That's what they think.
Morbius.
Madam Web, Morbius, Craven. Like, fam, do the fucking thing. You got 3 options. You got 4, really, if we being honest.
Oh, you definitely have 4.
But you have 3 options of Spider-Man that you could just march out there and add to this whole idea of a spider universe and separate yourself from the greater MCU.
Oh, for sure.
You don't need them.
$1 billion a film easily.
Like, oh, this is Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 4. This is Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man 3, which I don't know what sycophants will be filling up the theaters for those.
He actually has a decent following.
Jesus Christ.
It's nowhere near Tobey Maguire and Tom Holland's, but
he has a following like Taylor Lautner had a following when he was in the Twilight series.
He is very clearly the worst.
It was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be team whatever his fucking name was. Team Werewolf just to be cool. Well, y'all knew damn well y'all wanted to be with the fucking vampire.
That's crazy.
The whole damn time.
There is a group of people who grew up, I guess, in an era where Andrew Garfield was the Spider-Man.
Jesus Christ.
Insane.
Got those children listen to fucking who's the dude that Drake just signed?
Four Bats?
Yes. They listen to Four Bats, trippy red and smoke perp.
Forbats is kind of dope, but he's basically bootleg Brent Fayez.
Okay, well,
I'll be honest about that.
All of the children who grew up as Andrew Garfield as their Spider-Man are SoundCloud rappers now.
SoundCloud rappers is crazy.
They're SoundCloud rappers. They're addicted to codeine, and they all tote Dracos.
Yeah, all of them.
All of them. Every single one of them.
The white ones too.
Yes.
Yo.
Precisely.
Yo. School shooters. That's what Andrew Garfield did to them.
And they do Zen.
Oh shit.
They do smokeless, chewless tobacco patches.
Yikes.
Or pouches.
Those kids are fucked up.
They are fucked.
And Andrew Garfield did.
And they smoke e-cigs.
Oh my god. They vape.
Yep. On hoverboards.
Why hoverboard?
Because it's Andrew Garfield.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Yikes.
Andrew Garfield ruined a generation.
Entire generation. Let's talk about Miriam Margolis, aka Professor.
What a loser.
Professor Pomona Sprout.
What an absolute loser. Imagine being blessed with the opportunity as an actor to work in a franchise like Harry Potter. A legendary franchise at that. To even have your face be synonymous with a role with a franchise like that is a blessing. Because once again, I don't know who you are outside of that, but that just could be my ignorance. Maybe other people know you. But your lack of appreciation for the fan base that even allowed for you to have this opportunity to play this role live on the big screen, it is crazy. So she goes off and says that any adults that are still into Harry Potter need to get over it because it's been 17 years and they should be over that by now. And it's like, yo, lady, okay, I bet we just don't hire you no more. Don't hire her no more. She has no affinity for the people who actually watch the films and pay her salary.
She doesn't need to be
screw
making
her.
any money from this IP whatsoever.
And she's old too. This is like a young person's quote.
Yeah.
This is like a young, first time I'm spoken to the media type, Hollywood star quote. She old as hell.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just shitty.
Speaking of what we just talked about with the whole generational impact of something, she clearly does not understand.
Doesn't get it. And
how
within the fucking movie. Yeah, but we're starting to see that more and more. People who are involved with some of these legendary IPs and them really just not giving a shit. It's just a job.
Yeah.
Like, how does that person get hired to do this?
And the crazy thing is, Harry Potter had that generational impact before they made the movies.
Fact.
The books had the impact before the movies then also had the impact.
That's a fact.
So you should have been aware before the movie was made.
I mean, I guess the only children were reading those big ass 600, 700 page books. Fucking dictionaries. Only children were reading them.
Antoine Johnson says, if that's the case, you should get over half of the films that's out there.
Man.
That's a fact. That is a fact. Shout out to Leader and shout out to Leighton Hale. All right. Let's see. Miriam Margolis. Okay, that leaves two things. RIP to Akira Toriyama, creator of Dragon Ball Z. There is a lot of Dragon Ball Z shit out there. Like, as a kid, I watched it, but like
Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball. Yeah, there's a lot. And so I tried one time to start from the beginning and go through. Didn't get that far.
Yeah, I tried to start Dragon Ball Z over from the beginning one time, and it just didn't work. It's just too much.
Couldn't get that far.
There's too much.
There is.
But I still enjoy it.
Yeah.
I guess you can just kind of take it piece by piece. But like it's a bear. It is a bear because there's a lot of sagas, a lot of arcs.
But definitely a thing that was not created for Black people that had a huge impact on a lot of Black people. For sure. A lot of Black people's first anime, for example.
Oh, for sure, my first anime.
Yeah.
That was my gateway into the anime was Dragon Ball Z for sure.
Yeah. I think my only anime.
Dragon Ball Z, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, Pokemon, all that kind of stuff.
Leave some recommendations for some good anime. I need to get into some solid anime.
Castlevania, Attack on Titan, obviously.
Sure.
Demon Slayer.
What's a good introductory anime? to get into more.
I don't know, because there's so many different type of animes.
Yeah,
So like you have to first pick the type of story that you like.
sure.
So you just got to try it. You
I
have
am
to watch.
mildly intrigued by the story of Death Note. I feel like that'd
Okay.
be interesting. I don't know. There's a couple of them that I feel like I should probably start off with, but I don't know. We'll see. Definitely should get into anime a little bit more. All right, the big one. So let me go ahead and change this real quick.
So. Oh, let's talk about the X-Men 700 cover art.
X-Men 700 cover art.
Yeah. Well, here, let me see if I can find a picture of it. It was sort of eye-opening.
Oh, that means there's some wokeness afoot.
Uh-oh. So they're coming up on Legacy issue 700 for the X-Men. And they had a photo
Yeah, make Josh react
of the cover.
That's insane. If you two did the fusion dance.
What are you picking up out of that? What do you see? Or what do you not see?
What do I not see? I don't see a background, first of all.
Well, that's not the point.
What don't I see? Oh my gosh, no. Oh no. Okay, there's Storm.
Well, I mean, of course, we knew Storm had to be there.
And
got to keep that token in your
Brother
pocket.
Voodoo?
No, this is X-Men.
Oh. Who is this?
You actually doing your job by looking at
By
that
looking
is,
for black people?
That's oh shit. He's that's Eaton Vessey's like uncle or something. He's
okay.
Gateway.
Okay.
Is that his name? Gateway.
Got you.
Australian Aboriginal.
Okay.
So
those were the two people that black people that I saw in that cover.
Yeah, no, this is absolutely nuts. I mean, just this Professor X, Magneto, Moira McTaggart. We got Wolverine, Storm, Rogue, Banshee. We got Deadpool riding on the Blackhawk. We got Angel. We got Cannonball. We got Iceman. Shogo the dragon is even there. Holy shit. Cable. We got Colossus. I think that's Kid Cable back there. Jean Grey, Cyclops, Beast, Cable, Gambit, Juggernaut, Sinister, Emma Frost, Mystique.
No Bishop.
The Stepford Cuckoos. Yeah, no Bishop. No fucking Bishop. Apocalypse, Karima, Nimrod. We got Pog Pog, who just became a mutant in Marvel continuity in the year 2019 when Ten of Swords kicked off.
Yikes.
Pog, a giant fucking alligator. We got Iska the Unbeaten. We've got Polaris is up there. I don't know who Giant Fingers is. That's confusing me. I don't know who that is. Oh, Doug Ramsey looks like he's on there too. Oh, Brood. Don't forget Brood. They even found a place for a fucking alien. For a goddamn ant alien. They found a place for him. The only black person they found fit to put on the Legacy 700 issue was fucking Storm.
Yeah.
So, thanks.
Like, it was hard not to look through, like, from left to right and not see a bunch of blonde-haired white people.
Son of a bitch.
But they're all following Professor X, and Professor X didn't play that black shit. Oh, man. All right, anyway. The big story of Behind the Cape this week, Bob Iger's been talking, y'all. He says that Disney has killed a few Disney has killed a few projects.
Hopefully more than a few.
Amid studio overhaul. And he said that we've not really been that public about it. Then he said, focus is really important. We reduced the output of Marvel, both number of films they make and the number of TV shows. I feel good about the IP that we're making.
Bro, there are no TV shows coming out this year, and there's one movie. The man just said that focus is key and that he feels good about where there are. There's one movie in all of 2024.
Oh, and X-Men 97.
One movie. Oh, I'm sorry. One movie and one animated television show.
Wait, what's the movie? Deadpool?
Yeah, Deadpool Wolverine. That's how good he feels about it.
Damn.
Let's boil this bitch down to 2 projects. So let's play a game of what got canceled. Because I think we can already start with the ones that we all know about.
Ironheart.
Sorry, Ironheart, Armor Wars, it's done. It's done skis. Like the underperformance of Secret Invasion, plus the fact that we will not have seen Riri Williams, who was another underperformance in her introduction in Wakanda Forever in 2 years before they pop back out. Like again, Dune 2, video game trailer release. Right? Wakanda Forever, Ironheart. Or even better, Ironheart, then Wakanda Forever. It even makes sense for her to even be in fucking Wakanda.
Yes, agreed.
But Wakanda Forever underperforms, and then 3 years later we're gonna get Ironheart. No, that doesn't make any sense to anyone. But then again, the one thing that may save Ironheart or any of the Black Panther related, well, we'll get to that, is the fact that they don't seem to have a fucking clue with what they're doing over there.
Mm-hmm.
Like not the slightest clue. And that's evident from what they're talking about in their, the supposed synopsis for Black Panther 3. They have no clue what they're doing over there. Even in all this cleanup that they're trying to do, they are still confounded with what to do over there in Black Panther land. So Armor Wars, Ironheart, definitely done skis. There was a Scarlet Witch project that was rumored. That's done.
Yeah,
doing that shit.
Yeah. Okay. So Agatha is coming out next year, probably, since they already shot it. I would assume.
Maybe, but if you're not going to do the Scarlet Witch thing, then why do we need Agatha?
Sure. But
then Agatha for
the movie and the show can be Captain America 4 and Agatha for 2025. Oh no, they got Fantastic Four.
Yeah, they're going to do Fantastic Four. Do you think that they would cancel? That it wouldn't cancel Brave New World. They would let it suck before they completely cancel it.
Judging off the reaction to Sam Wilson's Captain America, I think they feel like they've probably done what they need to do with his character. Is a possibility. I'm not saying that they
can. We all pray together and hope that Wonder Man has gotten canceled.
Yes.
Can we all get in a circle and just hope that
which
is done for?
Maybe you can use Yaya somewhere else now.
Let's hope and pray. Because again, we heard that they were supposed to have started shooting this month. So I felt like instead of him talking about quietly canceling projects, we should have been hearing about, oh yeah, Yahya Abdul-Mateen's Wonder Man starts shooting this month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They told us it was supposed to starting in March.
And there's no Scarlet Witch project. So where's that going to lead to?
Let's get Yaya out of there. Save him from the vitriol.
Mr. Tube U92 says, wasn't Ironheart already shot?
See, that's the thing about these reports sometimes. Sometimes people tell you that it's shot, but if it's not an official report from Marvel, if they don't say Marvel has confirmed that Ironheart is shot, confirmed for such and such date, I don't listen to that shit.
At that point,
y'all still waiting on Acolyte. I'm not until I see that shit on a television screen, I don't believe it. We still haven't seen a trailer. You're still trying to convince me that a TV show is coming out this year that has been being shot over the last 5, and yet we have no footage. I've never seen anything on leaked footage from Star Wars Celebration. That's it.
Sure.
So, okay, sure.
At that point, didn't they also say that Armor Wars had also started shooting at some point?
Yeah. Well, they had already started shooting it as a show, and then they were going to reshoot it as a movie.
Yep.
Right, but that never. So that seemed like it was just a long-winded excuse for scrapping the project.
Yeah.
Same thing with delaying Ironheart as many times as it's been delayed.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it was supposed to premiere before Wakanda Forever.
Yeah. Yep.
Now Wakanda Forever has come and gone, and we still talking about maybe it might happen. Dog, it's not happening. It's not happening. Now we can even get out of the Marvel verse and start talking about Star Wars as well and what may be being canceled. In that camp, again, I think Acolyte is a prime candidate. I think there is a reason why they don't want to publicize footage on the on the project.
You think it's a stinker?
I think they only wanted to show that to a favorable crowd for a reason.
Sure.
I think Charmaine Obaid-Chinoy's Ray movie is up for consideration to be canceled. It should be. It fucking should be. Because if we're even having the discussion, which this is the rumor that came out this week, that Mando season 4 might get scrapped in lieu of just fast pacing the movie, John Favreau's or Filoni, whoever's movie for Ahsoka, Mando, and all of them. There's no fucking reason why. If you're going to take Mando season 4 from me, I will protest the Rey movie. I'm going to pick it outside of the movie theater.
That's funny.
I'm going to do it because it's just like, why? So no Mando season 4 because we need to fast track that movie and get it out the way. But then you're going to continue this Rey arc, which no one asked for, nobody wants. Convoluted as hell, and you have an unexperienced writer on it, which is the basis of most of your problems across the board at Disney while you've been on this downward turn.
I'm upset because I definitely thought your Mandalorian news was that Gina Carano was back.
No, it's not.
She's back.
It's that they may cancel the 4th season.
That's crazy.
It's dumb. So you mean we spent the whole 3rd season basically pitching the story over to Bo-Katan, only for him not to even be able to finish out his own story?
You ready for some more Bob Iger quotes?
Way to take a nice thing and just crap all over it.
Bob Iger also said that he doesn't believe there is superhero fatigue with MCU films. Fans want great films. If you build it great, they will come. Oppenheimer is a perfect example of that.
Yeah. I mean, that actually makes sense.
It does.
I believe it.
So then do you think that they're really actually focusing on making the
but the only thing he did, he stopped just short of criticizing Disney and him and Kevin Feige and Kathleen Kennedy for making and greenlighting terrible content.
Yeah.
Like, yes, people do want good stories. Yes, superhero fatigue is a fallacy, but you are the reason why all of this is perpetuating. Y'all have to be. You are the people putting out the subpar content. Yep. You're in charge of the subpar content. You're in charge of greenlighting the subpar content. It's you. It's you. So, like, he got halfway there, then stopped and turned around and went back home.
Yeah.
Like, take some responsibility for the stuff that you're doing. You know, like how Sony wants Dakota Johnson to take responsibility for their awful movies.
Oh, gross. Yeah. I guess I just wonder if they're going to go forward and actually really focus and make a strong story out of the movies that they're creating now. It seemed to work for them starting the MCU, and
we'll see.
We'll have to see.
I was watching Iron Man 1 today on AMC, and it just like, I'm like, damn, this movie just does not feel like anything I've watched for Marvel in a minute.
Because they've been focused on trying to cash grab with 16 movies a year.
I mean, seriously, even some of the bigger stuff that actually is made a lot of money. The Civil War, Winter Soldier, Endgame, right? Like, those movies do not feel like, yes, it is in the same universe. The characters are the same. You know, the story carries on. The setting, the tone does not fit the same as what it did to those first 2 MCU movies with the Hulk and Iron Man.
Yeah.
Before they became the MCU. It was just an altogether different feel. Iron Man murdered some people in Iron Man 1. He murdered somebody. Went to a foreign country, seen some people that looked like combatants and murdered them. Now, we was down with it. We all liked it. Blew up a tank and whatnot. Endangered some civilians. Yeah, it was all good. He only tested out the suit one time and shot some missiles in the directions of some civilians, but whatever.
So what?
Just tonally, it has not been the same in a long time.
Mission accomplished.
And I think we've been giving credit to people who frankly don't deserve it.
Yeah, no, for sure.
They don't deserve it. Like, I don't think we can continue to exalt the Kevin Feige's of the world while the stuff that we love is in the shape it is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we can do that.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see if superhero movies ever get back to the
Back to
level,
what they were. I mean,
whether it's through DC or Marvel.
Sheesh, we might just have to be Doom fanatics, bro.
Well, I would have to see Dune to become a fanatic. So there's that.
You're a disgrace to the Messiah Geeb.
I don't know what that means. Anyway, you ready for W's and L's?
Yeah.
Hopefully, because you're starting. All right, bet.
You're
ready?
So
W's and L's, a weekly recap show where we give a dub to the things that we like and an L to the things that we don't. It's on you.
I actually have a pretty plentiful list of dubs this week. I'm pretty proud of myself. A lot of positivity going over here.
I don't have a lot at all.
You know, it's a lot of good stuff going on over here. Let's get
and what I do have is L's. So,
all right. So let's start out with my first dub that is going out to Mr. Majors.
Mr. Jonathan Majors.
Yeah. He had a good week in the media. Nobody was hating on him. We didn't get no crooked ass op-eds or no hearsay from people that claim to have been in relationships with him from years ago. And all of that stuff.
We didn't get that.
It's been all good, man.
We got a lot of outfit jokes, but
I just think he dresses like an old person. I just think that's his swag.
But
in any case, he was
be an extra in this Michael B. Jordan, Ryan Coogler.
What was the award show? The black. It was the AA.
The NAACP.
Is that where he was at?
Oh, I don't know where he was at. I'm sorry.
It was a film, a black film awards festival. Jamie Foxx was there. Actually, he was joking about people talking about he was a clone now.
Yeah, because everybody's a clone once they have some tragic accident. And
anyways,
seen for a specific amount of time.
Yeah, he was at the Black Award show with Megan Good. You know, they both look nice. They was chilling, getting spotted. Click, 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 click.
The African American Film Critics Association.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I almost said AAFFC. FCA. No, well, I would have been wrong. Anyways. Yeah, that happened. And then apparently he got caught intensely working. Maybe speculation about him taking on a new role.
Yeah. I searched Jonathan Majors, and that seems to be a news article here.
See?
Tell me what it
is, man. Look at that.
Yes.
Maybe America doesn't covet white women the way that they used to.
Sure.
Just kidding. Of course they do. But he may work again. Yes. And that's the more positive thing of the story. So very happy for him. I'm glad that we can finally dispel all these fucking rumors about him and Megan Good being a publicity. First of all, he ain't got the cash to keep paying her. Doesn't have the cash. He's not dutifully employed.
Good point.
And number two, I think she's already done her job. I don't think there's anything she could do to make this situation better for him, you know, perception wise.
Plus, the people that have hated on him are still continuing to hate on him.
And
their relationship.
Keep hating.
I seen somebody saying that Megan Good looks way too skinny. What's he doing to her?
Jesus Christ.
You know what I mean? Like, that is insane.
My goodness. Anyways, but yeah, shout out to Jonathan Majors, man. Hope it's working out well, and I'll be excited to see whatever role it is if that's what's happening.
Also upset that we still won't get to see him as Dennis Rodman. So
I didn't even know how that was going to work.
I was intrigued, very intrigued.
He's 5'10", he's my height, and he's supposed to be playing a 6'8" power forward. I just don't know how that was supposed to work.
I wanted to see it, and they're not going to get anybody else that's going to intrigue me that much. So now,
I'm not watching it now. I'm not watching it now for sure. You know who y'all could get if y'all have Terrence Howard play Dennis Rodman in 48 Hours in Vegas.
Dennis Rodman. Yeah, that's it. Pot over. We're done.
Dennis Rodman. I'm showing up. I'm gonna be there. I will be there.
Woo. Yeah.
Whew.
No, I would watch
Whew. Jesus. Where's Cisco at? Go get him to play Rodman.
Cisco's crazy.
All right, next dub I got is going out to Mr. Will Smith. Is also putting some
for Will Smith.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Putting some more gold coins on his, his public perception. He's had
Bel
a
Air
rough
season
year.
3?
No, not Bel Air season 3. So he actually showed up at a book reading for Janet Hubbard.
Okay.
For Black Aunt Viv. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And read one of her books to the kids in the audience there.
That's good.
Gave them a speech, told them about, overcoming things, how to be successful, things of that nature. I think he even in a long-winded way kind of alluded to their past, spat and difficulties and how they worked through it and they're able to be friends now. So I just thought it was all around pretty good scene to see, them linking back up and him showing her some love. That's huge. I know she sold a bunch of books.
Yeah.
So that's dope.
Yeah, no, yeah. Despite obviously their issues, it's good to see them.
No, yeah,
because both of them are
dope.
iconic in Black households.
Sure. I'm going to give a dub out to Nick Saban. Antoine Johnson, this one's for you.
Uh-oh.
Give him a dub out to Nick Saban.
Okay.
For confirming something I already knew, and the rest of Michigan fans already knew.
He
but
didn't
just
confirm this.
Told the rest of college football world exactly why he retired and why he felt like college football wasn't right for him anymore.
I knew there was a reason I didn't like him.
He needed to take a couple $100 million and go work at ESPN. So apparently, directly after the loss at the Rose Bowl to the Michigan Wolverines, the eventual national championship Wolverines, excuse me, I misspoke there for a second. The Alabama players who subsequently after he left couldn't get out of Tuscaloosa faster was very upset. Players throwing helmets, slamming shit. And it wasn't
Caleb Downs doesn't strike.
It wasn't very I don't know. He didn't name any specifics, so I won't put it on Caleb Williams.
Downs doesn't strike me.
You said his name, not me. You said his name, not me. I didn't bring it up.
Fumbled a couple snaps, but
anyways,
not Caleb Downs.
He was, very, very upset. A lot of guys, and it wasn't we're gonna get these guys next year. Oh, I'm so mad. Let's start practicing now. It was no, I'm pissed. How much NIL you got for me this afternoon? Imagine asking your coach, who has won 7 national champions. He's the quote unquote GOAT. He's the only reason why you're here.
Mm-hmm.
You've lost your second game of the season in the college football playoff, in the Rose Bowl, in the granddaddy of them all. The second game of the season, y'all lost. And you're not talking to him about anything competitive. You're not showing him, oh, man, hey, yo, I'm going to kill myself for you this offseason, coach. We're going to come back and beat these niggas next year. I mean, saying that to Nick Saban is a little nuts, but we can come back there and beat them next year. No. You got in that man's face and asked him for some more money.
You know who that actually sounds like, and I'd be pretty upset if it was? Jalen Milroe.
Well, Jalen Milroe is still there, so I can't say that about Jalen Milroe. Jalen Milroe, out of all the players who had a difference, a impact on Alabama last year, Jalen Milroe is the only one that I can say is committed. Jalen Milroe could have made millions of dollars anywhere else.
Did he say that this was the same player throughout the whole thing that you're
No, he said players, multiple players, asking him about NIL commitments, about playing time, about what they could be assured to come back to play for Alabama. That is complete dog shit. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I almost feel for the man in that instance because that is terrible. That is a culture that's rotten to its core.
Oh, yeah.
Rotten to its core.
That's fair.
And that's Nick Saban.
But that's got to be a lot of college campuses.
Without a doubt. First of all, Nick Saban, he doing all this boo-hoo and shit now. But don't let him fool you. Nick Saban has been doing the NIL shit for years.
Yeah.
For years. Nick Saban doesn't like that now he has to compete with Chattanooga State with his back, man. When he only had to compete with Georgia and LSU. Yeah. Now he got to compete with Georgia, LSU, Kentucky, Tennessee, South Carolina, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, USC, Colorado, Ohio State, Oregon, West Virginia, Florida State. He got to compete with everybody across the country, and they all got bag men, and he don't like that shit no more.
Sure. I agree with that.
But he's not wrong about needing to get the fuck out. Like, damn, these Wolverines done whoop my boy's ass so bad. They don't even want to play football no more. They only worried about that dollar. Sheesh.
I mean, whatever.
Shout out to Big Blue, man.
The previous Michigan Wolverines who are
Never
no longer
before
there
has there
anymore.
been an ass whipping handed out that retires a GOAT. Let that be marked down in history. Retired to GOAT is a crazy accolade. We should just put that on a plaque.
Satan.
You should we could put that retired Satan from football.
He retired the devil himself
and put that in the trophy case. It's worth it. I would do that shit.
Yikes.
All right. Black workers in California, according to a federal judge, have the right to open up a class action lawsuit against Elon Musk and Tesla.
Ooh.
For racist business practices, hiring practices, discriminatory actions taken against Tesla applicants and employees. So yeah, go get that bread.
Yes.
Go get all of it.
From Elon Musk.
Get it.
Yes.
Get it. Hitting where it hurts.
Take him down.
Now let's temper expectations because this is black people trying to get this money. But
from a billionaire.
From the mere fact that they're even allowed how to put it together as a class action is threatening enough to make him try and settle. Mm-hmm. So good for y'all. Good for y'all. Last dub I got going out is going to my new favorite rapper.
Did we talk about this?
If you recall.
Glorilla?
Nope. Well, yeah, Glow.
Oh, wait.
She my second favorite rapper.
G-Reg?
No, fuck no. Can't play that on the pod. My new favorite rapper is DDG.
Oh, you did say this. Yeah.
DDG is my new favorite rapper, y'all. And it ain't even because he rap.
One DDG.
I sure don't. I don't know a single song. He's my new favorite rapper though.
Yo. And your favorite YouTuber? Because he's
my
also
I'm my favorite YouTuber.
Oh, okay.
But
you ain't real.
But DDG is my favorite rapper though. DDG is my favorite rapper for how he responded to Eliza Schaefer.
Yeah,
some asshole.
Fuck that loser.
Who, you know,
asshole racist.
I ain't even gonna tell you what he did. I'm just telling you he disrespected Haley Bailey.
Yeah.
And if y'all wanted to see how he did so, you can go investigate yourself. But the response,
ooh,
my God.
What he did was disrespectful. He got all that back and more.
I don't think I've talked to anybody on the internet like that since I was like in like 6th, 7th grade.
Yeah.
Like I haven't felt it necessary to speak to someone on the internet like that since I was like 6th, 7th grade. So his response to having his baby mother be, you know, disrespected in this way was to pull up a picture of this man's mother and him at his graduation, his dead mother. In response, I'm smoking on your dead ass mama. That dumb bitch should have got a better doctor. LMFAO.
He didn't pull up the picture. Somebody else pulled up the picture. Somebody else responded with the picture. He just retweeted.
Fam, this looks like his tweet.
No,
like, this is not him retweeting anything. This is his tweet.
I'm sorry, DDG got the picture of that from the other guy. You know,
right? Yeah. No, I'm not saying he put us a picture of his own mother.
No, I'm saying there was a guy who had already responded to that racist dude, whatever his name is.
Oh, this isn't Elijah Schaefer. This is the dude. Yes, it is. Brother.
No, somebody else had already responded to Elijah Schaefer with a picture of his mom.
He tagged him in the tweet. He added Elijah Schaefer in the picture.
Right, I know, but somebody else had already brought up the picture. DDG just took the picture and added his own words to it. So his words are his words. He definitely said all that shit. But somebody had already exposed the mom before that.
I don't give a fuck. Well, I mean, you know, RIP. It doesn't RIP to his mom.
It doesn't change the impact of his
tweet. Way to step all over my take.
No, the impact of his tweet is still the impact of his tweet.
Back to DDG.
It was somebody else already talked.
I'm smoking on your dead ass mama. That dumb bitch should have got a better doctor. LMFAO. Let's get back on track here. And then he smoked. It don't matter that somebody else brought up the mom first. Well, he delivered the killing blow. He delivered the finisher.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Because he put her face on the end of a blunt that he was actually smoking.
Oh, I didn't see that. That's insane. That's crazy.
Not gonna lie, this shit gas. and added him again.
That's crazy.
DDG's my favorite rapper. Shout out to DDG.
I'm not trying to take any impact away from DDG. I'm just saying there was another guy.
Why do you keep bringing up this other guy? Nobody cares
about this other
was
guy. The
guy.
thing that started this whole thing.
Fuck this other guy.
And then DDG finally, I guess, got attention
Fuck
to it.
this
And then
other guy, bro.
shout out
Fuck the
DDG.
other guy.
DDG
You
did
don't
what he
even
was
know
supposed
his
to do.
name, bro.
I have the
Why you
screenshot.
hating on DDG, bro?
I'm not hating on DDG.
Hey,
at
you
all.
might be a closeted DDG hater, bro.
I actually like Moonwalking in Calabasas. I know a DDG
Cool.
song.
I do too.
Now.
Been do it.
Okay. Who's featured on it?
Fam, I don't need to explain myself to you.
All right. Your other favorite rapper.
I've been a DDG fan. DDG.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Anyways, on to the L's. Where to start? So first L I got is going out to Mike Hart leaving the Michigan football staff. Obviously, everybody knows I'm a Michigan fan.
Oh no.
Mike Hart is my favorite Michigan player of all time. I was kind of worried about this when they were throwing out names to be who's going to be elevated as coordinator. I was worried about this for Mike Hart. I was worried about this for Steve Clinkscale. Now, I will say that at the time, I didn't really realize that Mike had been away from the program since the day after the national championship.
Oh no. Oh no.
There hasn't been a whole lot of reporting on as to what. I mean, from what I've been able to ascertain, he's not connected to any jobs right now, NFL or college. So I don't know what this could be other than some sort of health issue, which is making me even more concerned than the fact that he's just leaving Michigan. Like, I would be pissed that we would have to compete against him in recruiting and everything. But like the fact that the man can't coach football at all. Like, if it was rumored he was getting ready to go be a head coach somewhere, or he was going to leave with Harbaugh and be the running backs coach at LA. Okay, at least his health is good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to worry about that. But like, being away from the team altogether since the day after the national championship, and then to be leaving and not be immediately tied to any other job sounds like it's something outside of football.
Now, I've also heard that there may be problems between him and Homeboy. You guys, head coach?
I never got that. I never picked that up.
I just heard
the only potential friction I could see there being is that Mike Hart wanted to be head coach. Like, when he came to Michigan, it was his life ambition to become the head coach. He said that as a player.
Yeah.
He wanted to be the head coach of Michigan football while he was still playing at the university.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if there's any type of head button there, I would say that's probably it. I don't think he would undermine Sharon in any way or try to, hurt the university for his own position. But then again, that wouldn't stop you from enjoying the parade of the national championship that you just won.
Oh, he wasn't even there.
He wasn't at the parade. Man.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like, literally, he has not been with the team since the national championship game.
Damn.
Flew back to Ann Arbor and hasn't been back with the team since. And then at the end of January, his contract expired.
Unless he got news at that point, well, that's a lot though, because you wouldn't even know.
But here's the thing, though, like, even if you went into it this season thinking that Harbaugh was going to be gone, he knew he wasn't first in line. You're the running backs coach, right? You're not the associate head coach. You're not the offensive coordinator yet.
Sure.
And the offensive coordinator is the one who's being groomed to be a head coach, more so than anyone else.
He's already coached.
He's got job offers already coming from other universities. You're not first in line.
And literally coached games for Michigan.
I think this combined with the Indiana scare from last year, I think it's health related. I do think it's health related.
Now that you mentioned that it's, it was literally the day after the national championship game, and that combined with the scare that he had during one of the games, that's a little. That's probably.
I would hate for it to be something that kept him from coaching again.
Yeah.
That would really hurt my heart, because it's one thing to not be able to actualize your dream when you think you should get it. Because again, it's not over for Mike Hart in terms of being able to be the coach of Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
As much as we love Sharon Moore, it's not. I think if the situation in Ohio State has showed us anything, is that these situations are not set in stone. whoever the quote unquote heir apparent is doesn't always end up working out. So we'll see. But if the man can never coach football again, that's obviously different. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Your boy really wants to go after Tyrone Wheatley, by the way.
I mean, I like Tyrone Wheatley. I don't really exactly know what the beef was between him and Harbaugh when he was here before. I didn't like the idea that he was a package deal with his son. So, like, we recruited Tyrone Wheatley Jr., then we got his son or his dad on the coaching staff as the running backs coach. And then no sooner than Tyrone Wheatley left, Tyrone Wheatley Jr. transferred, Tyrone Wheatley was off the coaching staff. Like, I didn't appreciate that shit at all. Like, fam, are you a coach at Michigan or are you a babysitter for your son?
Both.
That's what I didn't appreciate about Tyrone Wheatley. That's why he's not like the first name on my list. But I would definitely appreciate having another Michigan guy who's played there, has coached the position there before. So I would definitely be down to have him back.
Mm-hmm.
I like Denard. If the idea of replacing Mike with a better recruiter is the idea of where we're going and try to keep some of the development, I think Denard. He played running back in the NFL, right? So I know he can coach college running backs. He played the position professionally, so he can coach college running backs. I think he can be a better recruiter than Mike was. Mike wasn't really interested in kissing the ass of 5-star guys who hadn't proven anything because he had the confidence that he could take the 3-star guy who wanted to be coach and turn him into a 5-star. It's happened several times over already.
Hassan Haskins
and Blake Corum. Blake Corum wasn't a 5-star.
Blake Corum was a 4-star.
Okay. He wasn't a 5-star.
And Don was a 5-star.
Donovan was a 5-star.
So
what is the excuse for Hassan Haskins and Blake Corum?
No, we just said Blake was a 4.
Who got developed into a 5-star.
Right.
Okay, so
are we saying just
is it not impressive? Yeah, I was gonna say he's not going to recruit exclusively 3-star running backs.
4 stars are good. So I mean,
wow. Okay. Anyways,
4 stars are good players.
Moving on, getting out of football talk. Let's talk about Biden's State of the Union address, where he told the nation that Lincoln Riley had passed away.
Is that what he did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
There's a young girl named Laken Riley.
Oh yeah.
Who passed away?
Mm-hmm. She got killed by
one of the immigrants, right? And instead of triple checking the girl's name before he got out there and gave a heartfelt apology, he called her Lincoln Riley.
How?
He scared the shit out of Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee had to go Google and make sure Lincoln Riley wasn't dead.
Do you know a woman named Lincoln Biden?
He heard Lincoln and thought it was Lincoln. He's 81 years old. That is the same type of fuck up you would allow your grandmother. Like if you brought a girl named Lincoln home and your grandma called her Lincoln, you would just let her call her Lincoln. You wouldn't even correct it. But your grandma is president now, so and she has access to the nuclear football. So that's a
no-go.
Oh man, just there was a lot of moments in between State of the Union. That was by far my favorite.
I thought it was funny when he saw Homegirl with all the MAGA shit on and went.
He was actually about to fuck up when they got into that little argument, that little back and forth. He was about to start stumbling all over his fucking words. I'm sure. And here she go bailing him out because she's so fucking dumb. Jesus Christ, these are the leaders of our political system. Yikes. 2 L's left. First L I got is going out to Josh Gaddis.
Yeah.
Josh Gaddis is a loser-ass loser with a loser face.
He's an idiot.
Loser-ass loser with a loser face. I've never seen someone fuck up their reputation at a place where they haven't been in 3 years, like Josh Gaddis has. I've never seen someone openly admit to NCAA violations while he's trying to accuse someone else of NCAA violations. And I've never seen someone be accused of having sex with recruits' mothers at multiple colleges now after losing multiple college football coaching jobs in multiple years
Mm-hmm.
and won't just fade to black, who won't just stay out of the spotlight, who won't stop bringing attention to himself.
Yeah, he's a whole.
But that guy thought he was going to coach the University of Michigan after Jim Harbaugh left.
Of course. Yeah. More recruits' moms to get at.
Fam, you fucked up Xavier Worthy's recruitment by fucking his mom.
Yep.
Like, they so much as spell it out in the article that they wrote about this. On 3 does. They said, oh, Xavier Worthy's mom enrolled him in classes, right? A couple of days before, so that he can come to school early because his Texas high school did not allow him to enroll as an early enrollee in college.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't allow him to graduate early.
Yep.
This didn't even start out as a Michigan enrollment problem. Not to mention, the nigga could have just simply showed up in fucking June and acted like a regular college student. But anyway, so that happens. His mom enrolls him in online classes so that he can make up for the difference in credits. Michigan tells him a few days before that something's going on, that you may or may not be able to enroll early. And then after that, they didn't drop it at the, Michigan came back and said that you may or may not be able to enroll early. They said something else happened that made Worthy reconsider his coming to Michigan altogether. So now, if enrolling early at the onset didn't do it,
mm-hmm.
if having to take additional classes when you're still enrolled in high school didn't do it, if finding out that you may or may not be able to enroll early didn't do it, I wonder what the fuck else happened that maybe made him say, I'm not going to Michigan at all, even though I've already put up with all of this academic shit as it is, all this time.
Yeah.
I wonder what it could be. Could it be that your position coach is blowing your mom's back out?
It's a possibility. That's for sure.
And I didn't forget the On 3 article that suspected that he was doing this shit again in Miami, and that's why he got fired. Oh, but yeah, let me argue with fans on Twitter. Josh.
Y'all that shit, I'm gonna really let y'all have it.
Bam. You're arguing with probably fake accounts on Twitter admitting to NCAA violations. If Michigan had players on campus during COVID and you knew about it, that means you witnessed an NCAA violation and talked about it on Twitter 3 years later.
You are complicit.
Fucking idiot. You are completely complicit.
I know some shit on y'all.
And guess what they can say? Now that you're no longer on the staff. Well, that was Josh Gaddis' student. That was his recruit.
Yeah.
None of us knew about it. He was literally the only person that knew about it. He was the only person that's talking about it. It was him.
Oh, I hate Michigan, but this is a whole different type of student.
Fucking moron, idiot.
He's
so that you can go back and forth with people that you don't even know are real on Twitter.
Oh, he is an idiot.
And that is why you're kissing ass on a second-rate staff at Maryland behind a guy who you tried to claim was working for you when you came to Michigan. You tried to claim that Mike Locksley was working for you on Alabama's staff.
Yeah.
And now you lick his taint so that you can keep a job in college football.
That's one way of putting it.
So shut the fuck up and go coach at Middle Tennessee State next year, because I'm sure you'll be fired from Maryland.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Oh my God. Last L I got going out is to the college football awards.
Okay.
They are not going to be involved in the college football game. So
yeah, I saw that.
There is not going to be a Maxwell or a Biletnikoff or a Mackey or a Butkus Award, only a Heisman, which is pretty lame.
Very lame.
That's pretty lame.
I'm going to play the game regardless of the award names being there. If I got to have a best RB and a best wide receiver, so be it.
I think that's pretty fucking lame. I think
lame.
it's
I wish
adding
they would be
towards
on
the
there, but
politicalness of it all.
It's just stupid.
I was just reading through some of the comments.
Oh.
Let's see here. Said Denard will probably be a better recruiter, but I don't know about teaching. Yeah, man, I just feel like there's enough guys on this staff that can help with development. that we wouldn't lose all that much. Now, and also if you're getting a higher caliber player, maybe you don't have to bring them so far along. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's going to be that much that we have to teach Jordan Marshall. I don't think there's that much you're going to have to teach him because he was damn near a 5-star. Do you hear about Hawkins coming back as a GA? Yep. Shout out to Brad Hawkins for sure. I don't want season 2 of My Granddad the President. I mean, I feel like either way this selection goes, it's exactly what you're going to get. It's exactly what you're going to get. Trump think he's running against Obama. Do you see he keeps doing that?
No.
Going to campaign rallies and attributing the things that he wants to say about Biden to Obama.
That's crazy.
Like he literally keeps saying it out loud. Yeah, and Obama with this war in Gaza, he's terrible. He has his hands on it. I would finish it. I would wipe them all out.
Yikes. Yeah, speaking of that, I should probably give an L to former Buckeye Joe Burrow for having a nice little photo op with Trump at the fight.
There's a comment that my mother-in-law wanted me to read. Don't forget Ohio State will be on top next year. Antoine Johnson, handle my light work, please.
Yeah, no, facts.
Ashanti Grace, handle my light work.
She's
Antoine.
Right. Ohio State will be on top.
Let her know that this is a Michigan pod.
Ohio State will be on top. This is not a Michigan pod. Anyway, Ohio State will definitely be on top for sure. Anyway, yeah, no. Former Buckeye Joe Burrow gets an L because of his nice little photo op with Trump. Along with Nick Bosa as well.
Not Joe Beasy.
Yeah, former Buckeye now.
Joe Burrow did a photo op with Trump.
You see it?
You be acting black.
That's crazy.
You do be acting black. But I mean, we all knew about Bosa's racist ass.
No, that's a fact. Unfortunately, that's a fact.
That's why he felt extra comfortable at Ohio State. Said, I'm riding home, baby. Woo! Trump 2024.
That don't even work together.
Trump 2024.
Stop.
What else we talking about, folks? Michigan's bread and butter is winning game. I think I just want somebody to teach how they're black. Yeah, I mean, look, if Wheatley is the guy, Wheatley's the guy. I'm good. I'm good on it. I just he just that whole how everything broke down when his son transferred the last go round when he was here with Harbaugh rubbed me the wrong way. And in all honesty, the staff, because how quickly everything turned into, well, I had to leave for personal reasons. Harbaugh, I want to win a Super Bowl. And Herbert, I got to go with Harbaugh. That's my guy. I've been coaching him forever. And Elston, the same thing. And Clinkscale, I'm not going to be defensive coordinator. So, I gotta go to the NFL and be a secondary coach. It ain't like you went to the NFL and became a defensive coordinator. You went to the NFL and became a secondary coach with a pay boost. Nice pay boost, but still, you didn't get the career advancement that you wanted. You're no closer to being a college coordinator than you were at Michigan. At least you can continue.
From being a secondary coach to being a college defensive coordinator?
I think it's more likely for him to do that as a college secondary coach because at least you can show your prowess as a recruiter. Okay. You're going to be 2, 3, 4 years removed as a recruiter now, trying to come back to college and be a defensive coordinator. It ain't going to work.
That's fair.
It ain't going to work. And I don't know how it's going lately in the NFL, but are a whole lot of guys becoming defensive coordinators out of the secondary in the NFL? I mean, I could be wrong, but that's not how it was going when I was watching. A lot of defensive analysts, linebacker coaches, defensive line coaches, secondary coaches didn't usually end up defensive coordinators.
That's fair.
Right? That's why they end up kicking down to college because they don't get the look as defensive coordinators in the league.
Yeah. Even
Steve Edegoke, the guy that they were going to replace to be the DB coach at Michigan, the only thing that they could do at the Texans was to give him a pay bump. Mm-hmm. They couldn't offer him a coordinator job, and nor would they, even if it was open. I don't know. I just felt like it was a lot of, after they won the national championship, it was like, okay, now I need to take care of me. Like I put off me for this whole year so we can win this chip. We won it. Now I need to take care of me, which is fine. I understand. I get that. These is grown ass men. But I would have liked to see a little bit more of, you know what, I keep sacrificing to keep this train going. That's all. Because I'm finally coming to terms with the team is going to be different. It's going to be completely different. A lot of players will be the same, but the team itself, the makeup will be different. We'll have to find a new identity.
Oh. By the way, Antoine Johnson, not too much on our quarterback controversy. It's just Will Howard doesn't seem to be the guy, and Devin Brown is probably going to be the guy.
But we've already seen what Devin Brown is, and if he's
Have
the guy,
we?
Lord have mercy.
Have we?
How many opportunities are we going to give this man?
We gave him backup time to Kyle McCord, which
he also started a game that he got hurt in and got not. He started 2 games that he got knocked out of.
Are we talking about the Missouri game?
Missouri, and then he started a game in the regular season too. He got hurt. He just got knocked out. It was it's one of y'all first 3 games. I forgot what it was. But he got carted off.
That was the game he fumbled in the end zone.
Okay, sure.
I think
because there was a certain point of time where McCord and Brown were splitting time. They were both talking about getting playing time.
Don't call him Doo-Doo Brown.
Doo-Doo Brown.
What about Alex Orji?
Doo-Doo Brown.
Alex Orji in the end zone. We don't know what that's going to look like.
Listen, we don't. But one thing that cannot be taken away from Alex Orji is that he's made far more plays than Devin Brown. Even in
he's been given more time.
He's been given the same amount of opportunities as Devin Brown.
He's been given specifically more time, more reps.
I don't know that. I don't know that to be true.
I will say it's
Alex Orji never got starter reps this season. Devin Brown did.
I will say it's because J.J. McCarthy closed out games in the third quarter, but he got more reps.
Fine. I'll give you that. But even in them garbage times, he still had Jack Tuttle that was playing. Jaden Denegal was still playing. Davis Warren was not playing.
Is he a serious
threat to play? I don't think so.
I think he would. Well, no, he probably wouldn't play over.
I'm just saying he didn't necessarily dominate the backup snaps like you're saying he did. He did well with the opportunity that he was given. And he performed at some big moments in the game. First drive coming out versus y'all in the second half, 20-yard run up the sideline. Devin Brown had no moment like that.
I don't think he's had as many chances to have the opportunities to do that.
They wasn't even thinking about putting Devin Brown in versus Michigan. They didn't even say it was an option.
Well, maybe he wouldn't have thrown an interception at the end of the game. Maybe.
But how can you say that if he never beat out Kyle McCord in practice?
That was
like if through several weeks of practice he didn't beat out Kyle McCord, how was he the answer?
Maybe he runs instead of throwing a bad decision throw.
Okay.
Maybe. I'm saying maybe.
Okay.
I'm not saying for sure.
If that's the answer.
Because I would say we know as much about Devin Brown for sure running a team for the entire season as we do Alex Orji.
Sure. That's fair enough.
Can you imagine Orji and Mullins in an RPO set? We're going to mash Ohio.
It'll be nuts.
You ain't doing that in Columbus.
It's going to be nuts.
You ain't doing that in Columbus.
But anyway. That's also what you said 2 years ago. That's what you said last year.
But 2 years ago, we had a shit defense.
So if we get this 4th in a row, can I help? I'll buy us pitchforks and we can roll up to the Ryan Day's house. And we just get out of here together.
Him losing a 4th time, a second time.
A completely overall staff.
Morris, Michigan. It might be time to brush out maybe. We'll see. We'll see how I feel when it comes.
Hey, if he don't get fired after this year, he ain't never leaving.
But very likely that will not happen. Just saying. Anyway, on to my L's. First L goes to a very serious sporting event that is about to happen, and I'm very upset about it because I can't, for the life of me, understand why a legend would allow this to happen. Why is there a Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson event happening?
I don't know.
Why is Mike Tyson allowing this to happen? You were doing great. You don't need this.
But do we think he would really lose to Jake Paul? Do you think he would allow himself to lose to Jake Paul?
I have said that about multiple people that Jake Paul has fought.
Yeah, but none of them were Mike Tyson, though.
That is true.
Most of them were fighting out of discipline. Most of them were fighting outside of their competitive years. And I'm sure, I am near positive that there's a no knockout clause. They cannot KO him. They could probably beat him in a decision. They could punch him to the body. They cannot take an open shot to his temple. I don't think they can.
There has to be.
I don't think that they're allowed to.
That was the case. Even at his old age.
I don't think he would sign up for a fight versus Mike Tyson, seeing what the fuck he did to Roy Jones. where
Yeah.
it's no holds barred.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the fact that it's happening in the first place is
Yeah, no, it's a little sick. I mean, he's damn near 60 years old, so it's a little awkward. But if he wants to do it, let him do it. I am just hoping that he stops this.
yeah.
That like he beats him so bad that they will stop doing this. I
Yeah.
hope he finally picked the wrong one.
Fingers crossed. But I also want to point out a funny comment that I saw when it came to this video, this heads up, this little promo video or whatever, that said why his fade don't blend.
He's quite. That's why.
Why don't his fade blend at all? It's just hard. Stop right
Hard
here.
stop. It's baldy.
Yikes! Come on, bro.
Damn near got a high and tight.
Yeah, that's insane. Anyway, okay. So the 2 Personal pod came out, and much to a lot of people's chagrin, it's not really about sports at all. In fact, the clip that I saw had to do with men having women
friends. I don't know what y'all expected, man.
Yeah, you know,
I don't know what y'all expected. Like, celebrity podcasts are not that complicated. They're taking the same social issues that y'all rant and rave at each other about in the comments and just putting them on a screen with celebrity faces for advertisers. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all. Podcasting is no longer a thing that they're doing in their spare time to let you into their more personal side. No. It's market placement, ad placement.
I mean, it's called 2 Personal for a reason.
It's a TV show that they can set up themselves on the internet with very little overhead, and they don't have to hire a producer. They don't have to hire a bunch of makeup artists, a whole bunch of, camera people.
They basically seemingly did it on Zoom or some kind of video conferencing.
But there's nothing groundbreaking here. There's no journalism happening here. This is 2 girls gabbing on a podcast.
Yeah, but for what it's worth, if Joy or Taylor are watching, I do have women friends.
Okay.
So
shameless.
And I just happen to be available. So
absolutely shameless.
If they're watching, of course. I do have women friends.
I'm sure they're one of the
I'm not that guy.
21 people in the chat right now.
They could watch the recap.
You right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Just saying. At least I didn't say something crazy like they can run a train on me.
Please keep going.
Like Homeboy said.
Please keep going.
I'm just saying. All right. My last L. How do I start this? We kind of already talked about this guy earlier. And as a guy who did actually try his hand at, I don't even want to say try. I didn't really try. Who tried his hand at a rap career and failed miserably.
Tried.
I didn't really try. Like I tried, but like I didn't really put the work behind it at all. I felt like when I was trying to come up, there was definitely at least 2 labels that I would not sign to for sure. One of those clearly being Bad Boy, and for good reason, but not the reason you would think, because it just seemed like artists go there and they fail. But now we probably know why that to be the reason. The second label is Cash Money, because it seemed like at the time Baby wasn't paying anybody, and so it just seemed like it was a good idea to steer away from that. I'm adding a label to that list, even though I don't rap anymore, and that is OVO. Because it seems like artists either go there to die or they need to find a different outlet.
Where is Party Next Door? What the fuck happened to Party Next Door?
Last time I saw him, he gained a significant amount of weight.
Did
he? Yep. He is party in the neighborhood now. I don't know. I guess he started off, he had actually had weight on him. And then he lost the weight, became Party Next Door, and then I don't know. That's what I heard. Anyway, 4 Bats had a song called Date at 8 or something like that. Act 2, Date at 8. I know you heard the song. You clearly heard the song.
Sure. I don't know what it's called.
He's very clearly bootleg Brent Faiyaz. The vibe is nothing but Brent Faiyaz. And of course, Drake had to come out of nowhere and add his own remix to it. But that's not it. He had to sign the kid. So we will never, ever, ever hear from this kid ever again. It's over. OVO in the 2020s is Bad Boy in the late 90s. It just is what it is. And I feel bad for that kid's career because all Drake is going to do is leech off of everything he can take from that kid, and then we'll never hear from him again.
Yikes.
Just saying. Just saying. It's the truth. We all know it.
So Drake about to start sounding like four bats.
Yeah, very high-pitched Brent Faiyaz, basically. All right, my only dub, my sole dub this weekend is I'm giving it to Dr. Umar and Nick Cannon. They had, I don't know what platform it was on. I think it was probably a platform of Nick Cannon's, but they had a conversation about wearing the dress. And funny enough, Dr. Umar actually had some really good points in it. I was actually shocked. I was like, is this Dr. Umar making sense? And I would love to play it for you, but I also don't have it up yet. So entertain the people for like 2 seconds. The party ended is crazy. I didn't say do the Carlton dance. That's what are we doing? If you're going to do it, at least get up for the people and do it.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling.
Yo,
Hello,
no,
my ragtime girl.
I didn't ask for this.
Hello, my ragtime
I didn't
girl.
ask for this at all.
Da, 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 da.
Yo,
Hello, my baby.
I got it. I got it up. I got it up. Yikes.
I want to quote one of our elder grandmaster teachers, Professor James Small. He said, in response to a question about movies, media, and entertainment, he said, all content has intent.
Facts.
If you sit down and watch an hour and 45-minute long movie, and you know this better than most, being a successful actor you are, everything that you saw on that final cut,
It was intentional.
from the color to the background objects, to the pictures, to the clothing, to the conversation, to the symbolism, everything had a purpose in communicating the overall message of that movie. Yeah.
Now, mind you, they are talking about, like I said, Nick Cannon wearing a dress at some point.
When was he in a dress?
I seem to remember him doing it and all that. That's all I can really remember. Now Nick Cannon had some counterpoints, which are also really good as well. But in that specific
Which were
quote,
what?
I don't remember. Now they weren't. It wasn't counterpoints of, oh yeah, I should be wearing this dress.
I'm like, what's the counterpoint?
It was more like, yeah, you know, I maybe I made a mistake, but blah, 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 blah. Anyway, the quote that he actually just said rang clear to me because I just feel like sometimes we get movies as Black people that have very clear intent.
We talk about them here all the time.
We talk about them quite a bit on the podcast. But it was just surprising to me that Dr. Umar gave me a quote and I had to sit there and listen to it. Like I was like, oh shit, is he spitting?
It's very valid.
Spitting facts.
Mike Epps was on Up in Smoke.
Is Mike Epps trying to get a Cat Williams interview? Is that what he was trying to get?
I think that's exactly what he's trying to do.
Okay.
But he was in Up in Smoke and he was talking. Apparently, Mike Epps was in the pilot episode of The Sopranos.
Yeah, he was gay.
And played a gay dude. Yeah. It was like, how did I miss that?
That was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. How did I miss that?
That might have been like right as he was ascending.
Well, no, I mean, he's like, hey, look, man, I'll do it. I ain't gonna touch him. And I can't really act like a gay man, but I'll act like my mom. And apparently that got him where he needed to go. So
yeah, sure. He also talked about being high during most of his big roles on cocaine.
Yeah, I didn't think Mike Epps was a cokehead.
I guess I can see it.
I thought he was a weed smoker. I feel like people who mix weed and coke, you can't trust
now. Oh yeah, no, that's insane.
You can't trust them. Yeah, if you want to ride that roller coaster, you're gonna have to ride it without me.
Facts.
But I just didn't peg him as a coke user.
I think I can kind of see it. I didn't for what it's worth, but I can kind of see it now that he mentions it. And all about the Benjamins, and did he say Friday After Next? He said how high, which everybody was high, I'm sure. So
yeah.
On something or other. And then I think he said he was high doing Richard Pryor. No,
I didn't watch the whole interview.
There was a clip that incorporated why he isn't Richard Pryor anymore. And then that led into
he's not Richard Pryor no more?
Supposedly. At first, he said, I'm not Richard Pryor because his ex-wife wouldn't let me, or I wouldn't let her fuck, is basically what he alluded to. and it was kind of like, all right, bro, chill out.
I mean, I seen the clip where he was talking about she was like, "You ain't ready to play Richard Pryor" or something like that.
I think that's when he said it.
Is that? But he's
He
not.
said-
He said he's not playing it anymore.
That's what the clip was about. Now let me find it now. Mike Epps.
He was telling them how, like, basically, you know, this is people going to see Mike Epps play a comedian. It's no longer
Yeah, he said that too.
seeing a comedian play Richard Pryor because Richard Pryor has been gone for so long.
I was gonna play Richard Pryor, man.
I was going to play Richard Pryor.
I didn't screw his wife, his ex-wife, and she got mad.
Yep.
You're not gonna play Richard. You didn't spank this ass. I said, nope, I ain't playing Richard Pryor then.
The first thing he said.
Yo, that's wild.
Yeah, very wild. I don't believe
Damn.
it either. It's a little much. I think he was just trying to tell a joke.
Okay.
But
I don't know why that's not a joke. That's not something you joke about, especially somebody that you respect. If you respect Richard Pryor, you would not tell that lie.
Well, I don't know that he respects her anymore.
If you respect Richard Pryor at all, you would not come out and publicly allude to her asking you for dick.
For sure. That's fair. That's fair.
Jesus. I believe it.
I don't know.
I believe it. Because the only reason why I would say something like that is if it was true. About Richard Pryor?
But then,
because you know motherfuckers gonna be on your ass about doing that.
Yeah, but I guess if you respect him, wouldn't you just keep that out of the public eye in general? Like, wouldn't you just be like, all right, I'm gonna steer clear of that?
Sure, in a general sense, but I'm saying you don't respect him at all if you would lie about something like that. If you would make something up.
Yeah.
To even, like, the butt of the joke is the fact that Richard Pryor's widow wanted to fuck me. Like, that's not something you joke about unless it actually happened.
That makes sense.
You know?
That makes sense.
Damn, she nasty.
That's crazy. I don't know, man. Maybe they were both getting high.
They was coked out, and she probably asked for some dick. And Mike Epps was coming down. He had just smoked some weed. He said, "Look, I'm not on your level no more. I don't want to do this shit." And she said, "You ain't playing Richard Pryor no more."
Damn, what if she asked him to do it while wearing the Richard Pryor costume?
Okay, do you have any more dubs in house?
Yeah, what's crazy is he did end up playing Richard Pryor still during Winning Time, at least.
Oh yeah.
So, for whatever that's worth,
I was gonna play Richard Pryor, man. Now he getting kind of old, man.
Yeah, well,
kind of old. He ain't gonna be able to play young Richard.
Sure. No, that's all I had.
Oh,
I told you it was short. I told you, bro. I had a lot more for Behind the Cape.
Well, this is perfect because the camera just went out.
No, that was my phone.
Oh, well, that's it for Dubs and L's this week. Let us know what you this week. Thought about Dubs and L's, our Dubs and L's. Put your Dubs and L's in the prompt below. Whether you're live chatting right now, if you're watching the replay, we want to hear them both. Like, share, and subscribe. Come back next week for another Dubs and L's segment.
Facts, and make sure that you check out our Dubs and L's playlist, which is full of everything that we talked about in previous weeks. And like you said, make sure you subscribe. We like to do this every Wednesday at 10 o'clock a.m.
Just shooting the outro, y'all. Shooting the outro.
I think they know what we're doing. Anyway,
Nate Moore, my boy Nate Moore said cast an unknown actor. Nate Moore, fix that script for BP3. Okay, get a variant T'Challa back in the MCU, or just bring back the main guy. Get right, Nathan, as in Nate Moore. You know what I'm saying?
It's Nathan Moore, not Nate Moore. He didn't shorten it on his username.
Okay.
There was intent behind that.
Right. It's a cover so that nobody knows.
No, that's not what it is.
Oh, hey, Nathan. We good.
Cast an unknown actor. For what though?
For the Richard Pryor movie. I'll be down for that.
Yeah, for sure. If they I wonder if they're still doing Mark from RDC for Bernie Mac.
Is that a thing? That's real?
It was a thing. That's what Bernie Mac's daughter
said.
Hey,
man, you ain't listening.
That's what Bernie Mac's daughter said.
Come
he
on,
got the mannerisms.
Hey, man, listen, I like Mark. And I think he could be a good actor. But man, that's a lot of responsibility, dog. Bernie Mac, I would have wanted to see you in another feature length film before you play Bernie Mac. Now, I don't want you to step into your first role ever
Oh, okay.
having to play Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac's daughter wanted Mark to play.
Okay,
Bernie Mac.
that sounds like some silliness that I can believe. She's still young. She's in her 20s. She don't know no better.
She know a little bit.
She don't know enough. If she won Mark from RDC.
Mark
World.
got the mannerisms. I think he could play it. Now I don't know if he can't act, but I think
if he's going to be Bernie Mac on the stand-up stage, and that's it, cool. I think he could put it together. I think he can mimic Bernie Mac well enough to be Bernie Mac.
Mm-hmm.
Playing Bernie Mac, beefing with Steve Harvey, cool with Sid and DL Hughley, kicking it outside of the like actual comedian realm, just being in life. We've never seen him act before.
Right.
So how is he supposed to do all of that?
So you think he's going to be Jack Harlow and White Men Can't Jump?
I still haven't seen that movie.
I haven't either.
So I don't even know what that looks like.
But that was our argument when that came out.
Yeah. I don't know why, but it was also a straight to Hulu release. So.
It was.
They obviously didn't. I
didn't hear anybody try to review it. Nobody gave a shit when it came out.
Yeah, nobody gave a damn.
Yikes.
Not even enough to come out and shit on it and say how terrible it was.
Facts. Oh, by the way, since everybody says Josh doesn't watch anything, have you watched the Vince Staples show?
I've watched 2 episodes of it. I've watched the bank robbery episode and the first one.
Yeah, I think that was the first
where
two.
you got pulled over or whatever or arrested.
What'd you think?
Something stuck out to me about it when I heard him talking about it on the Breakfast Club. He's like, there are comedic aspects to this show, but not one time in the entire dialogue from any episode was anybody telling a joke. And I watched the first 2 episodes through that lens. And even though I laughed, there wasn't a single joke told in the show so far.
That is factual.
Not even though there are legitimately funny, humorous, comedic parts of this show, it is not a dry show at all.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a single joke told. Not one.
That's a fact.
It's really great. It's uncanny. I thought that was a really impressive thing to highlight about the show. And so I looked at it through that lens kind of critically just to make sure that's how it actually landed up. It's phenomenal.
See, I didn't see the Breakfast Club interview, so I didn't.
When he was talking about it, it seemed like he really put a lot of energy into this. It wasn't like a let me slap my name on it and take credit for it kind of thing. He actually was involved in the creative process, and obviously he stars in the show. So
kind of gave a little bit of Atlanta light though at times.
Sure. There's definitely some aspects that felt like Atlanta. I'll go back and give it another watch, and obviously watch the rest of the episodes. I only watched 2 of them so far.
Gave Atlanta light, but I feel like Atlanta has higher aspirations. Like they wanted to be a show that was a lot more than just we're gonna make niggas laugh.
It's a show. It's got potential. He could do a lot of things with this show.
Yeah.
And it's not your traditional skit show either. So it's got a lot of room to grow.
Sure. A little weird that it was only 5 episodes.
Is it only 5? We got 3 episodes left to go. Okay.
Yeah. It should be a quick watch. It was a quick watch for me. It was 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours. Yeah. No, it's only like 35 episodes. Yeah. Mark that down in your books, folks. The first time Josh has actually seen something.
If only all shows could just be 2.5 hour seasons.
Gray said, just bring T'Challa back. Nobody cares how half of the MCU storylines doesn't even make sense anyways. Hey, tell Nathan Moore. He's the one in charge here.
All right. Anyway,
he's the one in charge.
On that note, I think we're out because you're just going to keep talking on that man, Nathan Moore.
Y'all.
He's Nathan Moore.
I said Nathan Moore.
Shout out to Nathan Moore. He has nothing to do with Marvel.
Of course.
Yikes. Anyway. Well.
Nathan, can you tell us what projects have been canceled?
In stream.